Breaking the cycle of drug and alcohol addiction is a challenge made even tougher once the criminal justice system gets involved. And that can lead to even more struggles like finding work and housing. Well, to solve for at least one of those, a new Cook County program teams agencies to help those recovering from addiction take cover in their own homes. After a year and a half, this apartment has become more than just a home for 33-year-old Carla Shaw.
It feels great. Like I know I have somewhere to go to. I have a roof over my head. I have my baby.
4-month-old son Jalen is the first of Carla's 4 children to be able to come home from the hospital with his mother drug-free. Carla says she spent 15 years addicted to drugs, living a life in the streets.
I was trafficked at a young age and I didn't know until I actually got in the program and they talked about it, and then I realized I was trafficked and it was hard.
It was another criminal case that brought her here to Cook County Circuit Court Judge Charles Burns and his drug court, where defendants get addiction treatment and other resources.
One of the tenets of this program is that people are going to fail. I mean, I'm not looking to send people to the penitentiary for mistakes they make. As long as they are honest and they are committed to their recovery, we'll continue to work with them.
Carla is not only a graduate of the program, she was the speaker at a recent graduation.
Like many of you, my journey started when I was young. My home was filled with trauma.
But after treatment and graduation, she still encountered a familiar problem: finding affordable housing. Judge Burns says almost half of drug court defendants come into the program with no permanent housing.
But once they got through treatment, they were going back to the same neighborhoods where they grew up in. And unfortunately, those neighborhoods had a lot of danger and a lot of temptation for them.
I was in night housing because a wife of the landlord didn't want me there because of what I used to do. And then of my credit score or something.
So Burns partnered with Cook County Housing Authority Director Richard Minacchio.
It's hard enough to get affordable housing when, you haven't been through the criminal justice system. You don't have other barriers to overcome. But it's doubly hard when you do have these barriers.
2 years ago, they started a program to provide housing choice vouchers to 25 graduates. Recipients pay 30% of their income towards housing, and the Housing Authority pays the rest. It's how Carla earned this 1-bedroom apartment in Melrose Park. And it's also a shift from typical public housing rules that prevented people with criminal justice backgrounds from having access.
It's only been recently that publicly assisted housing has sort of seen the light. And, the days of the one strike and you're out, those are the old days. And it's taken a while, I think, to get over that hurdle.
The National Association of Drug Court Professionals says there are about 4,000 drug courts across the country. But this partnership may be one of a kind.
We have the resources to do it. We have the opportunity to do that. We have partnerships, we have agencies, we have federal funding, we have state funding. We should do this. We should turn things around. There's too many times that we've just ignored these people and looked at them as outcasts and not treated them as people that are struggling with the disease.
Judge Burns says barely 4% of graduates commit another crime within a year of finishing, making people like Carla worth the investment. 10, 15 years ago, when you were still in your addiction, did you see this future for yourself?
Never. Like, if you would have asked me what was I doing, I basically would have thought I was going to die. I thought I was going to die in my addiction because that's how bad I was out there.
But today, Carla's home is also an office where she mentors other survivors. With this new lease on life, she's planning to become a certified alcohol and drug counselor with dreams of owning her own home, where she'll be able to have all of her children under one roof. And we should point out that when defendants complete drug court, the charges that brought them to that court are expunged, though some may have others in their backgrounds. Of the 25 vouchers offered to drug court graduates, 7 currently have housing, and other graduates have received vouchers and are in the process of searching for housing. The Housing Authority of Cook County says it's also hoping to expand the voucher program to other problem-solving courts like mental health or veterans courts.